Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you one of my lighting kits. So I know I've got some good responses from you guys when I pull out like some of my grip from my cases over here, but I always just show you like pieces. So in this video I'm going to actually just pull a whole case out. This is my small Dedolight kit. I use this for interviews, small projects like that. It's basically a hot light kit, and I'll show you kind of what I carry. So let's go to it. This is the Lowel, the smaller of the Lowel lighting cases. They make 2. I don't know what the number of this one is off the top of my head, but I will put it in the description for you guys. This basically holds 3 lights and everything I need for basic stuff. So I can just throw this over my shoulder and go. So let me show you. So I like this case. The other one that Lowel makes that's like this is like probably like a foot longer and maybe like 6 inches bigger this way, which is cool if you have bigger lights. I think that one is like the Omni light case or something. This one might be the Pro light case. This one fits my stuff. If you have bigger stuff, you know, you can get that case. So, of course, I got my, hold on a second while I get ready here. I got my bandana here. So this is, you know, when dealing with hot lights and you have long hair like I do, you don't want to be fringy. So bandana to look cool, you know. All right, so I got my bandana. So I also always keep hot hands gloves. These are by Setwear. Basically, you're able to touch your hot lights with it. Since I'm using hot lights, this allows me to touch them and mess around and not worry too much. I also have the little clip here, which goes onto your belt. So if you got a belt, you kind of put this bad boy on, and you can clip your gloves on and off. I always, you know, you can look cool. You put it on your belt right when you first start. So make sure you use gloves. You can burn your hands. Also on my belt, when I first start, I throw my Leatherman, which I've done a video about this. I'll put a link to that one for you guys. This is it's not actually a Leatherman, I just call it that. This is a Swisstool. And my light meter. This is my old Minolta. You know, they don't make these anymore. Sekonic has a lot of good meters for you guys. So I'll put a link maybe to one of those in the description because you're not going to be able to find this old Minolta anymore. But, you know, it's nice to use a light meter. Now, I sometimes say that I don't use a light meter oftentimes when I'm shooting video because I just kind of look through the camera. But since this is a lighting kit and I'm often doing interviews and stuff with this, I don't have my subject there when I'm starting. So I want to use my light meter to get everything set before they get there. So that's why I have a light meter in this bag particularly. So anyways, let's get to the meat of it. I've got 2 Dedolights here. These are the DLHM 4300s. Got 2 of these guys. I kept them fitted with barn doors, and I usually keep, oops, a little bit of frost diffusion in there. I always like to keep a little bit of diffusion on these lights because I'm often pointing them at people. Even though the Dedolights are really, really gentle comparably, it helps to have a little defrost on there. So again, I have 2 of those, exactly the same. I actually did a video, which I'll put a link to, just talking about these in general with Dave, so check that out too if you want. And this is my Dedosoft. So this guy is basically a small light source that you build a softbox over, and it's in a hot case. So I can basically shove my light in here even when it's hot if I need to pack up quickly. This light is very, very nice for portraits and for the key light at an interview. So going with that, I'm just going to go out of order here so I can show you guys. This is the softbox that goes on there. My phone's blowing up. So it's just a little baby softbox, you know, from Dedolight, Dedoflex. This goes on here. Nice and simple. Sometimes I like to replace the front diffusion of the softbox with my own diffusion. So I have some gels here. I've got some spun, some other diffusion. I also have warming and cooling gels. So I keep those big sheets of them there. In this little Lowel, also a Lowel kit thing here, I've got, this is a Lowel gel wallet, I think they call it. I've got the cut-up gels. So not many in there, but see, I got cut-up gels right there. I also have some that are very specifically cut up and an extra holder here to fit on the Dedo, so I'm not cutting them up on site. I find this super useful because it used to be I'd cut up gels and then like lose all the little pieces. Now whenever I cut something from my Dedo, I put it in here. I always know it's going to work. Cinefoil. Just keep a little bit in this kit. Again, if I'm going to do a major job, I'll carry a whole roll of Cinefoil, but just having this little bit in my bag is super useful. Flag stuff with it. Here I've got spare lamps. So one of the reasons I built this kit up the way that I did is that all of these lights use the same lamp. So I can carry a bunch of the same lamp and I'm good to go. I have it in a Lowel lamp pack. I like this. It keeps it nice and sturdy. I do actually also have some extra lamps that I use for some other DIY type stuff on location, which maybe we'll do a different video about. This I've actually talked about in a video before. This is the Lobo from Lowel. The arm for it is in here somewhere. I'll find it in a second. Little gaffer tape, micro gaff. I keep an extension cord, small one. You know, it's not a super long one, but it works. And 1, 2, 3 light stands for my 3 lights. In addition to magic wand. No, this is for the Lobo. And this, by the way, is the adapter for the soft light. So this is this full light right here. That allows me to dim it and set the power and stuff. Finally, I have a whole bunch of junk. I'm just going to kind of go through this. I've mentioned some of this stuff before, and you can see I actually do keep it in my bag. Clothespins, aka C47. Here's one formed into a C74. Cord, right? This is useful if you have to tie stuff down, whatever. 3-way jack for plugging stuff in. Bongo ties. Headlamp, right? Here's a lock if I don't trust people, I guess. I was looking for that actually, it's good now I know where it is. So the Dedolights have built-in dimmers, which you can use, but obviously when you dim a light, it does affect the color temperature. So when you don't want to use that, I have in here some Scrims. What's cool about this is Dedo makes several of them, of course, but also that it's compatible with some of the Arri ones. These are Arri and I think Lowel as well. So some of these are from other companies, like this one's from Lowel. This one is like a variable one. So it's clear here, then it's a single and then double. So you can actually put it against like a wall to get a more even light across the wall. And then you got half Scrims for when people are walking towards and away from the light. Probably should do a video about that maybe. Somebody wants, if you want a video about that, about how to use the different Scrims, let me know. I can do a video about that. Those are really fun to work with. And then I have a couple other little accessories in here that I think are important. One is a dimmer that screws into a regular E26 base. This is up to 150 watts. This is what I use when I'm in a location and there's a desk lamp and it's too bright or I want to control it. I take its bulb out, I stick it in here, I put this in the desk. And this, I could do a whole video about this, but this has saved my life a bunch of times. This changes a E26, so in other words, a light socket into power, right? So if you're someplace that doesn't have plugs that you can use, let's say a bathroom, oftentimes, you can go up into the ceiling and screw this in and give yourself power wherever you're at. You don't have to like dangle cords up into the ceiling. So super, super useful, really cheap hardware store stuff here, guys. Easy, but all this stuff, believe it or not, that I just took out of here all fits in this one case. So when I know I'm going out to shoot like a small filmmaking project or I'm doing an interview or something like that, I'm just gonna pack this case up the way it is. I just grab it, throw it over my shoulder, grab my cameras, and I'm out the door. I like to keep my cases like this. I have different cases. I have this one, and I have like my Profoto cases for my big strobes, and I have my small Profoto case for my A1s. So if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, seeing more cases and how I kind of build them out, let me know, and I'll do another video like this. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.